Hello, beautiful being. I wanted to just sit here and share some reflections from life. These are not planned, so they can be authentically channeled from my heart to yours. And I trust that if you landed on this video, then there's something in here for you, some link, similarity of thread that links me to you, and I'll trust the universe to do its magic. This is such a good processing tool. I've never done this before, but I thought I really want to connect with my audience and share what's up in my world, at least to some degree. Because everything that I share on my channel is from real, lived, embodied experience. My life has been crazy and a non-stop roller coaster since I was about 8 years old. So I'm going to sit here and just wait in between thoughts as they come, sitting with them gently, allowing them to come through clearly. I'm learning big lessons right now around authenticity. That has always been one of my main pillars and values, but before I feel like that was presenting in a different way of sharing my voice and teaching and claiming my worth and my value, and it's always about that to some degree, but this layer of authenticity has a lot more to do with speaking up when it's scary to be vulnerable and share when somebody has hurt you, or needing to express disappointment. As a recovering extreme people pleaser, I find that I subconsciously and consciously try to avoid making people feel bad, but you can't get into that double empathy problem where you allow somebody else's needs to override your own. There's a lesson for you in saying where you've been wronged or disappointed, or where someone is not meeting your needs, where you are not being authentic with yourself, not being honest with yourself, not giving yourself what you need. These deeper layers of authenticity that sound like whatever, but when they actually get working in our lives, become a lot trickier and highlight a lot of the body patterns that allow us to react in certain ways, or fawn, or want to just keep quiet to keep the dust settled and not upset people, trying to tiptoe around the truth. And a deeper degree of authenticity is going to highlight where you're still doing that so you can consciously walk through it and make a change. Because obviously this pattern is holding you back and keeping you locked into other people's perceptions rather than being sovereign. Another lesson that I have been learning lately is softening where I want to control things. Again, I think we go through multiple initiations in this throughout our lives where we want things to be a certain way and it's just not turning out to be that way, and you have to accept it. And sometimes that reality is earth-shattering, groundbreaking, and you have to accept this huge tsunami that's making its way into your life to reorganize it. And sometimes it's just in micro moments, like in chores or around the house, or someone's doing something, and we could let go of the control a little bit more, and we don't need to even make it a hyper focus of our own. And you just learn where to pick your battles in life and let people do as they please. And if you really just cannot with their behavior, then maybe that relationship isn't right for you. But if you are actively choosing a relationship with somebody, sometimes you just have to love them where they're at and trust that things are going to work themselves out. And you don't need to micromanage somebody's way of being. Easier said than done. We get triggered to look at those triggers. Make sure that you're looking at those triggers and not just fully blaming somebody else, because there's something in it for you as well. Oh, and a huge one that I'm feeling so much momentum behind me in, and is the reason why I'm recording this video now as I am, is how important it is when you want to move the needle in your life in a meaningful way to just go for it. We create so many excuses in our heads why we can't do something, why we can't do something better or more full out, and excuse, and we make those excuses feel justified. So if you're not willing to admit that yet, that's okay, but we do it. And I've been wanting to get more serious in consistency because I kind of fell off for a bit. I had a lot of huge life things happening. Still feel like I'm having huge life things happening, but eventually we just have to move forward anyway. So here I am, talking authentically with you rather than sitting and scripting content and doing all of these things, because I know that I was letting certain barriers get in my way and create excuses out of them that are allowing me to hide behind it in a way of not focusing and taking action like I want to create the life of my dreams. I'm dilly-dallying, I'm allowing myself to be preoccupied and overwhelmed and too perfectionistic to start. But this new version of me is not doing that anymore. She's showing up anyways. She's showing up even if it's imperfect. She's showing up knowing that whatever I'm bringing to the moment is valuable. However life is unfolding for me is perfect. This new version of me is holding more expansive belief systems and a sense of self-worth that allows me to move through any blockages and not even see them as such. We can work around things simply by persisting, simply by doing what you can in the moment. If you're trying to go on a fitness journey, you might not be able to run 5 miles every single day, but on the days that you can't show up and run 5 miles, are you getting up and at least running a little bit and keeping that momentum going? And if you've been sitting stagnant for a long time, it's gonna feel so good when you finally get up off that metaphorical couch and start walking into new rooms, new places, palaces, castles that just lead you down an infinite hallway of doors into new opportunities and experiences and versions of yourself that you've always wanted to be, but you hadn't taken courage to take the steps towards them and say yes to them and welcome them into your life. Situations and experiences and versions of ourselves do not just fall into our lap. We make conscious or unconscious choices that bring us to these doors and then say yes or no once we're at that door. And it becomes like a portal. So the portal that I've been walking through right now is action, making it happen, no more excuses, doing whatever I can with whatever energy levels I have accessible for the day, reconfiguring things and systems so they work for me, and knowing that we create our own molds if we want to in society, in our career paths, in how we sustain ourselves, how we give back, how we stay rooted in purpose. And that just kind of goes along with how committed I've been to authenticity lately and allowing myself to show up unfiltered in a way less curated form to allow my authentic self to be seen, because it feels so good to not hold anything back, to let people see you as you are and finally come from a place of self-worth and true radiance from your being. I could go on, but it's definitely a felt sense, and then you create from that state. And it's such a magnetic state to be in. It's so captivating because other people can feel that on you. It's a certain quality that you show up into the room with. And what we hold in our auras and our energy field and in our beings, we give to others, we share with others. We are a huge collective that is all intimately tied together. I think I'm going to keep this video here because it's already getting a bit long. This was really fun, and I'll definitely do more of these authentic channeled sessions because all I can speak is truth. And that's all I want to share is truth and love with the world. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and for listening and for witnessing me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment if this resonated, anything, any experiences that are coming up in your life that you wish to share. I would love to hear. I will talk to you so soon.